Mic check 1 2. So I'm coming through clearly. I'm going to take that as a scent unless there is... Oh, great. Yes, Astro Gaming headphones have much better microphones than Apple, free earpods. Good evening, Sawyer. So, a little bit before I start, the purpose of this game is to explore some dialogue options that a lot of people do not see. When you don't find clues, the characters don't know what's going on. And most people like to find clues. Additionally, I've attempted this before, but there's a QuickTime event that makes or breaks this run, and I did not make it last time. So I will be attempting it again. It's a lot faster when you don't have to find clues to get through the game. And I'm going to explain why I'm doing what I'm doing. So the goal is all characters alive, only mandatory clues found, to maximize the relationships of the characters where the relationships are important. Some relationships are not important, as these also sometimes unlock dialogue options. So that, in the ending, when there's the debriefing, everybody will kind of like each other. That's the goal. We'll see if we can get there. I'm not using a guide or anything, just the information that I know from having played this many times. So, I am going to, guess I'm going to get started. So one thing that really frustrates me about watching Let's Players play this game, particularly those who are a little younger than I am, is that they see the words butterfly effect and they think of the Ashton Kutcher movie. And really it's a precept of chaos theory. It predates that. And so it irritates me when they're like, oh, just like the Ashton Kutcher movie. That was a bad movie, or I need to see that movie again. It has nothing to do with that. Absolutely nothing. Chaos theory. They even mentioned it in Jurassic Park. I do think the game tends to hit you over the head too much with the butterfly effect. As much as I love this game, they like to really reinforce that. The movie wasn't very good. It's okay. The alternate ending to the director's cut's super depressing, and I liked that version better. If we're gonna think about that movie.
Oh my God, I can't believe you actually did this.
Don't you guys think this is a little bit... Oh, come on.
And I managed to not turn on subtitles.
Hannah's been making the moves on him. I'm just looking out.
I made a secondary account to play this through, so some of the settings I forgot to reset.
Mike is my man.
So, interesting thing here, I think, is everybody thinks that Hannah's completely innocent. And Hannah really is trying to, like, break apart a relationship. She's not a horrible person, but I wouldn't say she's a perfect angel. Mike is in an established relationship, and Hannah's trying to get in with Mike. Now, this is a horrible prank, obviously, and the game intends for you to hate these characters right off the bat. It's very tropey horror movie tropes, and it kind of it sets up its ability to subvert that expectation, because the characters are way more nuanced and complex than this kind of initial blunder.
Hey. Did you
No,
see that?
I'm not. I'm
Dad's
playing
in
the
it just
UK
this
copy that I
weekend.
have, Sawyer, that has the bonus scene
Josh.
that you can't get unless you pre-ordered it or you bought it from UK. So.
Oh my god. What did our naive sister get herself into now?
Yeah, I actually own 3 copies of this game technically. I have the original version I bought. I have the UK version that I bought for the extra scene. And then I have the free digital version from PlayStation Plus. Come on. Blah, blah, blah.
Jeez, Josh. Once again, brother, you've outdone us all. I got your note.
Glad you can make it.
Welcome, Daisy.
Maybe we should start with a little, making out.
Mike's go-to
We'll see where it
pickup
goes
line.
from there.
If you fail to seduce Jessica and choose the wrong options, he tries to use that pickup line on her. And she says,
She's taking your
"Really? You're trying that on me?"
Oh my God. Matt, what are you doing here?
A lot of people don't realize Matt's in this scene with the selfie stick
What?
by the time they get to the
Stupid prank.
character introductions after the intro.
Are jerks. You know that? Hannah!
So
Guys,
there's pretty much
someone
nothing
outside.
in this segment of the game that matters. I can miss every QTE,
Hannah!
go in any
What's
direction.
going on? Where's my sister going?
It's fine. She just can't take a joke.
I do think the
It was
selfie stick
just a
makes them
prank, Han.
less sympathetic.
What
It's
did you
it's
do?
kind of emblematic of
Around,
that
This wasn't serious.
You jerks!
kind
Hannah!
of
Hannah!
that culture mentality.
Should we go after her?
I also
I
think
think
that
we
people
can
don't
last
recognize
person
Matt
wants to
because
see
he's
it
not wearing
happen.
his Letterman's jacket. And that's basically all he wears in the actual game. I'm not planning on failing them on purpose because I need to brush up a little bit. So clearly deer footprints, not human footprints. But people see the choice and they don't look at the environmental storytelling.
Damn it, Hannah. Where are you?
For important segments, I am going to let the game talk, but this intro doesn't have anything that's going to be novel. And I believe everyone here has seen the game. It's okay, Sasuke. Welcome.
Hannah!
I will walk slightly faster. So in Little Hope, which is coming out on October 30th, the developers have committed to an actual faster walking speed than they had in Medan, which is even slower than this.
Hello? Hello? Huh?
Yep, that's some fire.
Hannah! What the hell was that? Hannah! Hannah. Hello? Hannah. Oh my God, you must be freezing. Here, take my coat. I'm such an idiot. I'm so dumb. Hannah, Beth?
This could all have been avoided if she had just not dropped her phone. Granted, there's no signal on the mountain, but you know. So, you can drop Hannah if you reach towards him while you're trying to reach the branch breaks.
Hold on!
But if you make no decision, the branch just breaks. And so we're going to do that. Beth is racked with indecision. Yes, they were seeing a Wendigo at that point, specifically the kind of alpha Wendigo, the Makapitu, which was the only Wendigo that was not subdued and captured at this point in the timeline. I love Peter Stormare in this role. A lot of people find him creepy, and that's because of his acting, I think, not because he is intrinsically creepy.
There are a few things I need to make sure you understand.
How's the
You see,
game
no one
audio?
can change what happened last year. The past is beyond our control. You have to accept this in order to move forward. But there is freedom in this revelation. Everything you do, every decision you make from now on will open doors to the future.
Could be
I
higher.
want you
Okay.
to remember this. I want you to remember this as you play your game.
I'm going to pause it and try to make it louder. I think I'm just going to lower my audio because I'm not seeing a way to raise the game audio. Good call, Sawyer. Subtitles. So I lowered my mic audio because I didn't see a way to increase the audio of the game any higher than it's already at. Is that going to be, I'm going to turn it back on and see if that helps. First time audio woes.
Single choice will affect your fate and the fate of those around you.
I turned subtitles on, but it probably has to get to the next scene.
So,
Just get right up in my face, Dr. Hill.
Commence with this game.
This is significant.
And I want to help you see it through. Sometimes these things can be a little scary, even terrifying, but I'm here to make sure that no matter how upsetting things may get, you will always find a way to work through it. All right. We will start with a simple exercise. Could you please pick up a card?
So one of my favorite answers that Dr. Hill can give you is he can reveal that he's from Sweden, which Peter Stormare is from Sweden, but it's only one specific set of answers from this scene that'll give it to you. And it's one that most people do not pick. Creepy scarecrow, eyes in the lower left corner.
So, how did that picture make you feel? Remember, be honest.
It makes me really happy.
Oh, that's good. In what way did it make you happy?
It's definitely the sunshine.
Sunshine. I see. So which word would best describe how you feel about darkness?
Oh, I'm terrified of darkness. Actually, I don't remember if it's depressed or scares. I think depressed.
Well, winter nights, a cold and dark depression, feelings of loneliness are not uncommon. This night, in which your game takes place, is particularly cold and dark. I would think that you might feel isolated at times. Does that bother you?
No, I should have picked the other one. Oh well.
Well, not much of a people's person, are we?
Nope.
Well, it seems we have uncovered a significant topic to explore in our next session, but for now...
Yeah, there's eyes in the
Fine
lower
on your
left-hand
own.
corner of the postcard.
Until then.
They're in the bush, and it might be just human perception making faces out of chaos, but a lot of people notice the glowing eyes and the like dark shrubbery in the lower left corner of the postcard. Sorry, I would have shown that more. So, I love this song, but I'm going to talk over it. I really like the role that the psychiatrist plays in this game as a kind of form of meta-narrative communication. Yes, it is in-game, and you do find out that there's a reason, but what it does is it bridges the character into the game, and it gives you a sense that the game is feeling you out, even if it's a lot of smoke and mirrors or just some thematic elements applied. It makes you think about a lot of things, and just acknowledging that, can sometimes actually give you more fear in terms of mindsets. Horror is a delicate thing to create. They do use a lot of jump scares, but I think they do other things and they do them well. And dread and just being cognizant of your own fear can sometimes help you participate in the kind of shared experience of narrative horror.
Today is the one-year anniversary of the dreadful tragedy that took place on Mount Washington. Annie Klein was in charge of the investigation.
Thanks for having me, Marty.
This is an update on Hannah and Beth Washington, the twins who are still missing.
1 year ago tonight, the Washington girls left the safety of their parents' lodge and headed out into a snowstorm.
Foul play.
Not officially, no. There is one individual we're considering as a person of interest, but his whereabouts are currently unknown. He has an interesting history with the Washington family. He had warned them against pursuing their construction project and claimed the land was sacred to his forefathers.
You know, there is still the old sanatorium on the mountain. Could he be hiding there?
My officers did search the grounds, but the girls themselves couldn't have made it that far.
Something about that mountain seems to breed tragic events.
More than you know, Marty.
Well, thank you for joining us, Annie. With all the Washingtons tonight, their son Josh, on this, the anniversary of the mysterious disappearance of Hannah and Beth Washington.
Well, hello, friends and fans. All right, let's do that again. All right. Well, hello, friends and fans. It's beyond awesome to have you guys all back this year. First off, I gotta say, I am super excited to welcome all my pals back to the annual Blackwood Winter Getaway.
Don't worry, Daisy. I don't plan on Jordan Fisher
Let me
dying.
just let you know, let's take a moment to
Ignorant
address the
but
elephant
alive.
in the room for a second. I know you're all probably worried about me, and I know it's gonna be tough on all of us going back
Sorry, Sawyer.
after what happened last year. but
I love the fact that there's
I just
dust
want you all to
particles
know,
floating behind him, because
it
once you get
means-
into the house, it's really dusty.
It means so much to me that we're doing this. And I know it would mean so much to Hannah and Beth that we're all still here together. And I'm thinking of them. I really want to spend some quality time with each and every one of you and just share some moments that we'll never forget for the sake of my sisters. And, you know, okay, so let's party like we're fucking porn stars, okay? Make this one trip we will never forget, all right? Yes!
Always In Girl, do you know how to unblock the comments on the PS4's direct streaming interface? I know that you use that. Because this is not a blocked scene. Okay. I still think this version of the song's better than the one in Supernatural. I think I'll die on that hill. So what I think I was going to say is that a lot of people don't realize that every chapter has 2 chapter names depending on what you decide in certain choices in the game, mostly with the psychiatrist. Chapter 1 can be Friendship or Memento Mori. And I believe the selection for Chapter 1 is how well Dr. Hill determines your fear. If it's still pretty vague to him, it's Friendship. If he knows exactly what you're afraid of, then it's Memento Mori. Yeah, it's just a nice little detail. They both titles are kind of indicative of things that happen in the chapter.
Hello? Someone there?
Let's have Sam power walk. She's cold as it is. I don't know if I can climb without picking up that paper. I don't think I can. It's not considered a clue anyway, but I'm just going to skip most things unless it changes somebody's mood, which some things do change people's mood. So some people never read this. This is an email to Chris from Josh, and it mentions that you have to ask the driver to stop there, otherwise they won't, which to me indicates that you have to arrange for pickup. Which is another reason why it's difficult to get away from this area. I'll see if I can remove it and re-add it. I don't think it'll let me change settings, sharing broadcast internet settings. Display message to spectators and spectators' comments. Thanks, Fancy AM. I will try that. So I'm going to unlink it and then link it again and see if it helps, and if not, I'll just take it away to make the screen larger. Nope, looks like they won't let me, so I'm just going to get rid of that overlay. Rats with bushy tails and really good PR agents. Yeah, thanks for telling me the navigation steps, Fancy. No. That would not that would not be conducive to the relationship or the survival of characters.
Cool.
Killing the squirrel, that is. Blah, blah, blah. Manual totem I can't skip. Yes, yes, come on. Oh, I looked at it, put it down. So some people react to the fact that the characters never react to these totems, and you know, I think it's another one of those meta-narrative things where the characters don't actually see the things. You as the player see the things, and the distinction is there. And once again, remember, I'm skipping all the clues because I want them to be ignorant.
Chris,
There's neither a stat nor relationship advantage
not in the bag, are you?
in selecting Snoop here.
Hello.
Sam's curiosity does go up, but the net effect is far more negative.
Maybe I shouldn't pull out Chris's stuff.
Chris,
Sam, hey, you made it. Oh, so I found something kind of amazing.
What?
I'm not going to tell you. You got to see for yourself. Come on, it's this way.
Where?
Right around here. Gonna blow your mind.
I took my dog out, but he decides now is the time that he wants to go out. If you look at the phone, is that what you're talking about, Always In Girl? It raises Sam's curiosity, it lowers her honesty, and it lowers her and Chris's relationship.
beauties is not the word that comes to mind. Why is this even here?
What do you mean?
What the hell is a shooting range doing at the base of a ski lodge?
Dude, have you ever met Josh's dad?
Yeah.
He thinks he's like Grizzly
I also
Adams or
think this is like a pellet gun.
No,
I don't think this is an actual gun based on how it sounds.
something. All right.
A lot of
Here
people get
goes.
really worked up by seeing this. I don't know. Because a BB gun and a pellet gun would still kill a squirrel.
Wow, nice shooting tits.
All right. I'm bad.
White nerdy dance.
I'm a badass.
I'm gonna go ahead and guess it was a wild
I
case.
empathize a lot with Chris.
I don't think so, girl.
Well, anybody and their brother could shoot a bottle that big, that close.
Killing the squirrel actually has some pretty profound effects. First of all, Sam really dislikes it. She gets clawed by the raven that comes by, and later when she's running from the psycho,
Nice shot.
when she falls into the lower level hotel, she reopens that cut,
Wait, I'm
and the
just getting
psycho's able to
out of
track her
Come
blood
on,
trail to where
Chris,
she's
go
hiding.
far.
So if Chris shoots the squirrel, Sam cannot hide and get away from the psycho. Mandatory clue. It won't let me skip it.
Oh man, look at this.
They want Chris to be able to say something
Nice.
at one point in the game.
Looks like someone thought so.
Oh, come on. This place
I
is
think
kinda
probably when the
here.
playtesters did it and they tried the ignorant run, they realized they didn't have anything to say at all, and so why even have the scene? But they didn't want to remove the scene,
Hey, that's weird.
so they enforced you to get
Yeah.
one clue.
Josh wanted us to keep it locked, keep people out.
He said that? What people?
I don't know. He said they found people sleeping in the station one time.
Creepy.
I just wonder
After you.
Oh, real.
whether the sleeping in the station thing is actually a Josh concoction, or because I don't believe that the stranger
It's definitely weird. coming
is
back up here
sleeping
after
in
a
the
Yeah, I swear, the moment
in
I
the station.
it all came flooding back.
Here goes fast.
I thought the car was closer.
Guess we gotta wait.
I'm starting to get the appeal of killing time at the shooting range. How long is this gonna take?
Fortunately, there aren't too many forced wait periods.
It's so beautiful in the day, but at night just feels menacing. Sleeping giant.
You gonna publish? You're pretty calm. Sleeping giant.
The sleeping giant, Blackwood Forest.
Finally, you coming?
Yeah, well, I was gonna stay here and catch some Z's, but okay. Just like going to the prom.
And the other big question that I've always wondered is, are the characters Canadian? Because this takes place in
What?
Alberta and the Canadian Rockies,
Everyone
but
together on the anniversary.
Emily has shopped on Rodeo
Josh
Drive
seemed really
in
pumped about us all
in
doing
California.
something, didn't he?
And so the question was, was she
definitely
visiting,
did. I haven't
Hollywood?
seen him so excited about something in forever.
or do they live in
Good.
the North U.S.,
It's
or
hard to tell with him, and
do they live in Canada?
I've kind of been worried.
No, it was a good idea.
I hope everyone else feels the same way.
We're all here, aren't we?
Thanks, bro. Good talk.
You know what? Let's just stop talking about what happened and enjoy the trip.
You know what? You're right.
You know how Josh and I met?
No.
Third grade. Josh sat in the back of the room, I sat in the front. We didn't even know each other existed. But the kid sitting next to Josh started strap snapping the training bra on the girl in front of him. So the teacher made him move to the front, where I was sitting.
See, I wouldn't be interested in this conversation too much, but Sam has turned her body and she is showing receptivity
And
to
next
Chris.
to Josh. That's how we met.
So that's kind of
And became
interesting to
friends
me.
To this day.
A match made in heaven.
If it weren't for the fact that Jeannie Simmons hit puberty like 3 years early, and on that day decided to wear a low-cut shirt that showed off her training bra, I mean, who knows? You could be riding in this cable car alone. Right now. Or talking to some other person entirely. Boom. Butterfly effect.
Boom, we're going to hit you over the head with it again, and it's going to be in chapter recaps. So, another big misunderstanding I see lots of Let's Players make on this game is that when Jessica says, "Oh, new people, time to meet and greet," they think she's a new character, and she's not. She was the orchestrator of the prank. I think it's a bad dialogue decision. I think she should say,
Boy,
"Oh, people are here."
New people. Time to meet and greet. What the hell?
Jess, hey!
Jessica, over here.
Are you guys having a really weird stroke?
We're stuck in this stupid thing.
Can you please let us out? Pretty please?
Oh my god.
So,
I
if
thought
you
we were
snoop
goners. Another
with
10 minutes in there and I would have chewed off my own
with
leg.
Sam here, Oh, and by the way, that's a great like foreshadowing of the cannibalism element. I would have chewed my leg off right here. But if you had snooped with Sam, Chris would have attributed his snooping to Sam's snooping.
That someone has a little crush on our good friend and dear class president.
And for this decision with Jessica, you either lose credit with Sam, or you lose credit with Chris. You lower your relationship with one of them and you raise it with the other. And the insist is with Sam, and the explain is with Chris. So, Jessica, I'm just going to go with Sam, because I like Sam to be friends with everybody. She's the player stand-in
That's my motto.
and the final girl, all rolled into one.
Nancy shouldn't go nosing around in other people's
Pascal,
nostrils.
get away from my new
I try not
guitar.
to do that as a rule.
Come on, Jess, you can tell us. You can totally keep secrets.
Whatever. You'll figure it out eventually.
Alright, let's just get up to the lodge already. I'm getting tired of all this nature and junk.
You guys go ahead. I'm just gonna wait here for a bit. See who else is coming.
You mean Mike?
What? I mean, you know, whoever.
Yeah, definitely not the new guitar. He was sniffing it.
Did you see this view?
I could just see him jumping up and raking his claws down it.
I forget it. To just stop and take it all in.
The little Khoton claws.
They had built the lodge like right where the cable car ends.
And this intro is so designed to make Emily look terrible. And she is terrible, but
Been like as pretty.
it's a lot more textured and nuanced than that.
No.
And where's the bellboy when you need one?
And so, with Matt in this playthrough, Matt really only has one person he needs to maintain a relationship with, and that's Emily. Because it vastly changes dialogue options. It actually enables some gameplay options. So in this case, being mean to Mike raises his relationship with Emily and raises his bravery, which Matt does not have a lot of bravery starting out.
You guys.
Michael!
You really should have seen your faces right there.
Dude, I almost clocked you just now.
Nice one.
Michael, you're a jerk.
Come on. Guys, we're all friends here, right? No need for violence, just a little harmless fun. We're up in the woods, it's spooky. Come on, let's get into the spirit of things.
We're out in the woods, it's awkward, our friends went missing last year.
Lighten the mood, Em. Don't be like that.
Like what?
The way you're being, you always get like this.
Back off, Mike. I want to raise
Michael,
my
you gotta
relationship with
step
Emily.
off. Emily and I are together now, and that's just the way it is. I'm not gonna tell you again.
So I lose a little relationship with Mike for that, but
Understand each other?
Well, I thought maybe we could move past all
it's
this.
not
Be buds,
like
but-
irreparable.
Yeah, fine.
And their paths
No,
rarely cross.
Totally cool. I'm just gonna head down the road, be all
Be
mature and
mature
shit
and
by
shit
myself over
myself.
here. Peace.
I think you got the message.
Kinda hot when you get all alpha, you know that? Oh, crap.
What?
Hey, could you take these the rest of the way?
The bags?
Yeah, just all the bags.
Why?
I need to go find Sam.
Okay.
Sorry, I really need to go find her. I totally forgot I needed to talk to her before we get all the way up there.
This really can't wait. We're almost there.
It's important, Matt, please.
Love the line. All the bags. So, essentially, in order to get in Emily's good graces, you have to do everything
Fine.
she wants.
So important, I guess I can
And
pack horse it
the
rest of
game is
way.
really quick to try to manipulate the player into thinking that Emily is cheating on Matt, and it's a bit of a divisive topic, because with the right permutation, you can force Emily into a confession when she's hanging from the fire tower over into the kind of over the precipice. But I don't believe it's a real confession. I believe it's coercion. It also doesn't directly answer his question. And if you watch what's actually happening when Ashley's looking at Mike and Emily, what she's saying doesn't match the behavior. They're talking, and they are a little close, but they're not really having like intimate contact. There's some comforting, some arguing, or at least some heated discussions. And so a lot of people don't even really look at what you're seeing. Once again, this environmental storytelling aspect. Oh, here's Jessica, by the way. She's doing something, I don't know. And so if you look,
whoa, hello.
She's trying to convince him of something, and he's like reassuring her. He's not like trying to Casanova her right there. He's explaining, she's upset, she's unhappy about something. Jump scare.
Oh! Hey, whoa. Sorry there. Sorry about that, Ash. I didn't mean to scare
Jeez
you.
Louise,
well, I
Matt.
did mean to scare you, sort of scare you, but
I think
not like
Ashley's
real.
expletives come from the 50s.
Hey, wow. Man, I'm really sorry, Ash. Damn.
It's okay, it's fine. It's fine.
I think that's also a
What are you looking
product of the designers and the scriptwriters being British.
Let me check it out.
So, the way for a happy relationship
Yeah, it's kind of
is for
busted.
Matt
It's
to
not,
not
it's not like really interesting. It's
draw
What?
the conclusion that Emily's
real?
cheating on him.
I bet I could find like a
Whether or not
Johnny
it's
John
real.
Fox
I
or
don't think it is.
no, really, Matt, it's not worth straining your eyes. I'm getting kind of a headache just from looking through it, so just no.
All right. Sure. If you say so.
I think you guys are going to enjoy the deleted scene, for those of you who haven't seen it. It gives you a little bit more time to humanize Emily. Using all these tips. I usually have her read a book because it's counter to her nature. This doesn't really affect anything. She doesn't even get to really open it.
Oh, you did not just do that.
Put your hands where I can see them. We've got you surrounded.
The British version of Canadians being Southerners.
What choice do I, a supple young rebel girl, have but to surrender to the strapping military guard come to take me into custody?
Well, I don't know. I don't think so.
I think you'd know so if I did.
All right.
So kissing him increases the relationship
calling it my
and
favor,
her romanticism. Grabbing the snowball increases her.
Okay, that sounds vaguely dirty.
More of his curiosity, but it's humor, I think. So I want Mike and Jess to be, like I said, all relationships as positive as possible.
Wow. Save some for later, buddy.
Endless reserves. We should get up to the lodge.
Yeah. It's so nice out here, though. Pretty breathtaking.
I mean, I could stay
Yeah,
out
for those
here
people that haven't done it, if you
ever,
do kill the
but
bird
it's
with the snowball,
taking out
a giant icicle tries to fall on you, gives you a QTE, and Jessica can either nail the QTE and get out of the way, or Mike saves her.
Somewhere in between those quotes.
It's just to try to reinforce that don't harm nature concept in this game. And we got the stranger in the cable car. Yeah, they have one-track minds. I don't blame them too much. Mike is 19. I looked this up pre-stream. Mike is 19. I think Jessica's 18. One-track minds.
We made some good progress in our last session.
Dr. Hill, where do you get your sweater vest and your tie pin? I want to buy those.
This time, we're going to try to understand the root of your anxiety. Now pick up that book, turn the pages. You will see a set of pictures and symbols. I want you to identify which image in each set makes you the most anxious.
I wish they had done more with this, but so people criticize this game for not having enough real choices, and it's got 1,000 pages of dialogue that were scripted and performed, and I just don't know the thing can get any more than that at this point. That's a lot. Neither one of these answers makes any difference, and I'm not picking any ones that are personal to me. I'm just going left unless I want a certain visual effect. So I think the snake looks cooler on the desk than the rat. And I've never picked being scared of crows. But I believe there's a crow outside of Dr. Hill's window that you can see in one of these if you pick it. So I'm going to pick crow. And then probably we'll go with clowns. I don't want to see Zombie Hill at the end, so I'm going to go with crows, which I don't think I've ever went with before.
Oh. Did I startle you? So sorry.
It's going great. Hi, Miss Nemesis. How are you doing today?
Don't be nervous.
Yeah, the clown is a little scary. It's not even a real clown. They painted their upper lip, and no real clown paints their upper lip. Only caricatures or horror clowns paint their upper lip. So, still gonna go with snakes. Yeah, I did say the snake looks better on the desk. I have really no fear of snakes or spiders or crows. Most of the items in this book don't frighten me. Knives do. Like, a knife is a very intimate killing weapon. A gun is a very non-intimate, non-personal killing, and I think intimate killings are scarier to me than impersonal ones.
This is very interesting. Thank you.
What did you have for dinner, Miss Nemesis?
Diligent.
I love the
Zombies.
facial animation for Dr. Hill.
The sun combination sounds like a good Friday night.
I cooked New York strip steaks, made a compound goat cheese butter.
Well, I'm afraid once again we're out of time.
Blackened broccolini and roasted potatoes with herbes de Provence as a seasoning. Oh, that sounds really good, Miss Nemesis.
Oh, come on. She deserves
I have some salmon in the freezer, as well as some rainbow trout.
Where's my sister going?
It was just a prank, Han.
And some yellowfin tuna as well, I think. I have in the freezer. Fish is so...
First off,
you have to cook it so quickly.
I'm super excited to welcome all my pals back to the annual Blackwood Winter Getaway.
No, I didn't say novice chef. I said hobbyist chef.
Just share some moments that, we'll never forget.
Tell Animus I said hi, Miss Nemesis.
For the sake of my sisters.
I need to go find Sam.
Whoa, hello. Somebody's getting a little friendly.
You can tell Animus that I'm going to be discussing the nature of the traditional tragedy versus the traditional comedy and how it applies to the horror paradigm.
Man, I feel like this mountain gets bigger every time I climb it.
Oh, yeah.
Jealousy.
It feels the same to me.
Come on, you grew up here. It probably feels like it's shrinking.
I guess that's true.
When are you gonna install some cell towers up here?
Always in, girl. What was the OMG for?
You got a spare
The food?
lying around, I'll fix you right up.
Funny you should say that.
Oh, okay. He's listening.
I think I left
Well,
my
hey, Animus.
jacket.
Oops. Hey, gang.
If I'm going to do things like this, I'm going to talk about narrative elements.
Hey,
So,
everything.
Yeah, it was pretty easy. A little creepy though. I mean, it's just really weird being back here.
so the answers that make you closer to Chris don't hurt Chris's personality much, but are a little distasteful to pick. But I'm going to be picking them because I want Chris and Josh to be as close as possible. So if you worry about him, it actually increases. If you gossip, it lowers some stats of yours,
I know it must be really tough without your
and I don't think it has an
Stop.
effect on your relationship.
I know what you
I don't
meant.
know for sure.
You know, seriously, I'm over it, and I just want us to have a good time, you know? Like we always used to.
Mental health-wise, I want to know how he keeps it together here and how
What else?
the symptoms of the medication withdrawal
There are a million ways in. It's all locked.
get
There's gotta be
so
like a window around the
acute
corner we
later.
can get open or something.
Wait a second. Are you saying we should break in?
I don't think it's technically breaking in if you own the place, right?
Hey, not if I don't report you. Lead the way, coachies.
Hey, Ash.
Hi, Chris.
Being confident is the choice to increase your relationship with Ashley here.
So, how are you doing?
And I think
Good,
it increases his
A little cold. Think I could use some
one of the
time
traits or
curled up
another.
by
I
the
don't remember.
fire.
Bravery or
That
romantic.
does sound pretty nice.
Most of the stats are there for flavor, but some of them do have things. A lot of people don't realize you can do this and come talk to other people, and there's a totem.
Matt! Been a while. Look all weird without your helmet and jersey.
Yeah, been a tough one. Good to see you.
So how's it hanging?
Pretty good, man. Can't complain.
It's either negative or neutral
Oh,
to
yeah.
ask about
Same
M,
old, same
depending
old.
on whether he noticed her with Mike. Josh is getting cold over there.
So, seen Ash yet?
Yeah.
Oh,
Everybody's trying to get Chris and Ash together.
what's she doing?
She's fine. Why?
Awkward conversation. I'm just gonna lean on this fence and ignore you, Chris. I made you hungry, Sawyer. Yeah, they do all have one-track minds. Actually, Sam doesn't. Sam laughs off the one like bit of innuendo directed her way.
She's like a sleeper hit kind of gal, you know? And I just want to rip that Parker right
Okay,
off
so
of her and make some snow
ultimately,
angels,
as
right?
long as you stay consistent with your message, it's best. But in this case, agreeing with him both times makes your relationship with him better. Even though that's
Absolutely.
When
not
are
what
you
I would
gonna
pick.
Take her to the bone zone.
Like, that could ever happen.
Come on, man. She practically spends her entire life with you as it is.
Well, yeah, but we're like friends.
Listen, dude, look around you. Look at these beautiful mountains. Do you see any parents? I mean, can you imagine a more perfect, ripe scenario just dripping with erotic possibilities? You and Ashley alone at last. You've laid all the groundwork. You've been a perfect gentleman. Now, you come in for the kill.
Maybe you're
real
right.
talk. That's how all
You're a
guys talk to each
hunter,
other.
bro. No fear, no mercy. I mean, she won't even know what hit her.
No,
Alright,
but there
alright,
are some that do. Now there's an optional conversation here that if you kind of take your time, you get to hear about Chris and how he loves his cell phone.
You better deliver, Cochise, or else you got.
But a lot of people just rush right to the pushing the thing to get on top and get in the window. Yeah, predatory language for sure. No, it's nothing I approve of. I'm just going for a certain. I'm looking at this as a director, not as personal investment. So, I'm gonna walk around a little while. Chris is gonna check his phone. He's gonna be like, "Man, I'm dying without my." There it is.
I just had to turn off my GPS. I'm finally like outside, where I might actually use it.
Can you cool it on the phone talk?
What? Why?
It's pretty much all you talk about.
Well, you know, I mean, I can do all this stuff.
Well, you got an app that can get us into the lodge? Nope. Got an app that can get you laid?
Well, actually,
dude, you don't. The answer is that you don't.
And a lot of people continually in this game forget that there's no cell service. Like, they pointed out early on, Chris wants a cell signal, and Josh says, "Do you have a spare million or two laying around?" And that's the way the game communicates that up here on this remote mountain there are no cell towers. And Chris should have paid more attention in climbing class. That definitely looks like it hurt.
Okay. Should have paid more attention in climbing class.
You mean Jim?
Yeah, you know, with the climbing up the rope. Whoa. Did I do that?
So the interesting thing is, in this walkthrough of Chris's in the empty house, that's the only light that is actually powered, and it burst.
Whoa, Chris, I just got an awesome idea.
Yeah?
So I guess you can infer that there was a surge and the power went out, like a dip and a spike in voltage, caused the bulb to burst and caused the breaker to flip, obviously on a timer. But
oh, yeah, now I gotcha.
Flamethrower.
Another thing I really like that the game does is it gives you lots of totem warnings about fires really early on, and it really paralyzes people. In this exploration, they try to find an alternate way to open the lock because they see these fire warnings.
Nope, but I'll do it.
And the game's really good about planting that suggestion in your brain and kind of causing you to fear getting the fire. I'll be able to start really picking up some speed now that we're getting actual gameplay where I can rush through and avoid clues.
What the hell was that?
Nah, I'm not going to waste time on him playing a silly prank. This group plays enough pranks as it is. One frustration I see a lot of people, so there's this open window over here that kind of provides that creepy ambiance that is used to unnerve people, and everybody wants to close it, and I get it. I think in next-gen consoles there's going to be a lot more interactivity. Definitely in the newer games you see a lot more interactivity in the environment. I went the wrong way. So I know a lot of data points about the game, but sometimes I forget layout because I have no direction sense. It just means the game developers provoked a consistent response. Always in, girl. and that's a mark of good game development. You're looking to, so this is an evocative game. You're looking to evoke emotions at certain places and reactions and build that dread and build that atmosphere, and they did it consistently, and that's I think that's a mark of good game design. I'm really looking forward to Little Hope. Just a cute little baby Wolverine.
Perfect.
We're freezing our buns off out here.
I can validate people's complaints with Ashley being a little bit too whiny, but at the same time, she has the most realistic reaction to all the crazy crap that happens. It's hard for me to fault her.
Thank you. I'll be here all week.
At least any more than any of the other characters.
Crap, that thing freaked me out.
What was it? Are you okay?
It was like a bear or a tiger or something.
Oh, it was just a cute little baby Wolverine.
Baby?
Don't worry, buddy. You're gonna be a big boy soon.
A lot of people ask why more realistic than the Tau.
Sweet
Yeah.
is not the word
Oh my gosh, it's so good to be inside.
A lot of people ask why there's so much dust in here. And ultimately, I think it's because they wanted to exploit the particle effects engine in the PS4.
Not a lot of action.
Not any other reason.
What's up, party people?
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, man.
Make yourself at home, bro. Will do.
That's a good question, Talisi and Merlin. I do not know that. So you can actually get Mike and Matt to straight up have a fist fight if you do the right options.
Are you trying to swallow?
It's a rarer outcome.
I mean, seriously, can she be any more obvious?
So the only way to stay on Emily's good graces is to agree with her both times here.
Say something?
Even though,
Not hear me.
I mean, Emily is the aggressor.
Sounds like someone's bitter she didn't make the cut.
Yeah, it's all a big cattle call with that dreamboat. Congrats.
So your inclination is to defend Jessica to diffuse, but you pretty much have to provoke if you want to stay in good with him.
Hey, you're making everyone uncomfortable, Jess.
Jealous much? Emily too frigid for you too.
Hey, that's uncalled. Look,
whatever.
I mean, I think Matt's pretty aware of his position in the relationship.
4.0, bitch. On a roll. Suck on that when you're trying to sleep your way into a job.
Who needs grades when
It's one of the reasons why he's so accommodating.
you can handle?
Oh, please.
You couldn't buy a moldy loaf of bread with your skanky ass.
Are you
Hey,
serious?
at least the Super Tau
That
got
bitch was
dirty
so
and scuffed.
Jessica, you need to shut your mouth, okay?
No. You're the one who needs to keep your nose out of other people's business.
I'm about to get right up in your business, you bitch.
Are we about to get real? Because I am down to get real.
Stop it! This is not why we came up here. This is not helping. It's not what I wanted. If we can't get along for 10 minutes, then maybe we need a little bit of a break, right? Mike, why don't you check out the guest cabin, the one I told you about?
The guest cabin. You know, that guest cabin that's like 10 miles from here.
Any place without that whore.
It's right up the trail.
Jessica loves to get in those last words.
Well, that's over.
Yeah.
So, Josh, should we get this fire going?
Where's my bag?
Huh?
My bag, the little bag with the pink pattern, the one I got on Rodeo. Matt, are you listening?
I guess another question is,
Oh my God, don't you remember? Next
does
to the Italian
the
shoe
Canadian
place where I got the stilettos
secondary
and you
school
knocked over the
education
rack
system
while you were
have
dribbling all over
Letterman's
that girl at the
jackets?
counter?
Well, I
That
mean,
would answer
she was
whether they were
asking
Canadian
about my
or
letter jacket.
Right, because
US
she
citizens.
gave a shit about your designer letter jacket.
Why do you hate my jacket?
Matt, I need my bag.
Oh my God, Em, maybe you just forgot it.
Do you seriously think I'd forget my bag?
Well,
Do you?
guess not.
You must have left it down by the cable car station. Come on, hon. We'll be back soon.
Emily deploys both the carrot and the stick.
We can get very warm.
Okay. Okay, let's go.
Okay, I'm gonna go take a bath.
Sam's like, peace out.
Exiled.
Sexiled.
Works for me.
Oh, Burr. How far is this cabin anyway?
This cabin is the coziest, most romantic love den you will ever lay your eyes upon.
If we ever make it.
I have a feeling luck's on our side.
Play your cards right and maybe you will get lucky.
Hey, porn stars. Gonna need these.
Porn star?
I'd pay to see you.
Gross.
Hey, I'm sorry to kick you out like that. No worries, man. Oh, I'm sure you'll find a way to entertain yourselves.
Mm-hmm. You have fun with the peanut gallery.
Squirrel had it coming.
Oh,
As much as Josh's like toxic creepiness kind of bothers me, his like severe mental illness still makes him sympathetic to me in a kind of net way.
Wait, really?
What? No.
Have a good night, Miss Nemesis. Thanks for stopping in. So, fun fact, if you drop your relationship low enough quick enough, you do not get the opportunity to have a selfie with Jessica.
Hey, Hot Lips. Photo booth?
All right, read my mind. Okay.
Ugh.
Good
Oh well.
Next time I get the camera, okay?
Well, okay, but it's not easy holding the thing all like backwards and forwards at the same time.
Okay, let's go. I've got cabin fever.
I can understand that, Sasuke. I feel like you see more of her true self when she's away from people.
Burr, it is freezing out here.
Now, that's something I can help you with.
And how are you gonna do that?
I got a few things in mind.
I don't remember what order the deleted scene is, but it shouldn't be too long from now. Because it happens prior to any of the real scary things happening. Quote-unquote scary things.
Emily's as dumb as she looks if she thinks she can cut in on what we got going on. Maybe if we're lucky, she'll try and follow us out here and get eaten by a bear.
I think you bring out the worst.
I believe this is the one that increases the relationship with Jessica, but
Suck it.
some of them are counterintuitive. Okay, see, I'm already pretty high with Jessica. And I've only lost Charitable. He quickly loses honesty. And I think that's just the nature of him being brave. I think they'd reduce his honesty here and there.
Huh. Guess this thing needs juice or something.
Didn't Josh say there was a generator?
Man, she gets impatient quick if you do any
Alright.
exploring.
Let's see. Boom. Nice one, Mikey.
Woo! You are a wizard!
Strings and jump scare.
Zam! The gates shall open.
Pretty good, right?
Jessica, your taste in music's horrible.
Totally. No, this is awesome.
Oh, yeah. I bring the hits.
No worries, Sasuke. I'll probably warn everybody about all the jump scares.
It's like a little adventure, a sexcapade.
The goal of the game in this playthrough is not setting the mood, but deconstructing it more than anything. And examine how it subverts things. So here's an opportunity to get a little credit with
Think they'd clean it up.
Jessica. If you're respectful,
Never close the investigation.
it does improve
Okay, I'm getting the creeps now.
your relationship.
Well, wherever they are, I'm sure they're happy. We're all thinking about them.
That's a nice way of thinking about it.
Come on, Jess, you're walking too slow.
Did you hear that?
I heard
It was a bear.
something.
Just a bear.
Yeah.
So the interesting thing about this chase and the Wendigo thing is because we know this is Hannah,
Get up to the cabin with the path blocked.
she only really closes in when Jessica makes a big deal about being with Mike. She has some vestigial interest in Mike, even though she's Wendigo.
Holy crap, you scared the heck out of me.
How do you think I felt?
You didn't hit your head or anything.
As far as I can tell, I still have all 7 of my limbs.
Yeah. Can you get out?
I don't know. I can hardly see anything down here.
Heroic's the only way to get points in her book. Now, a lot of people talk about the 7 limbs comment, and forgot to warn you about that one. The 7 limbs comment, and they're like, think it literally and try to count her breasts as limbs, and I just think she's trying to be silly. I don't think she has put the thought in to count arms, head, legs, breast. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
I imagined us grunting together. This is not what I pictured.
I always kind of wonder where this minecart comes from. Because I mean, the Wendigo can appear behind you in this scene.
Are you okay?
But, so I guess it could have been pushed by the Wendigo. But it seems awfully weird thing for a Wendigo to do. And Josh didn't rig any of the mines. So it's just an unexplained thing.
This place is giving me the willies.
And just remember, I'm skipping all the clues for a reason. In case anybody's like, but you just missed that totem.
Let's save it for the cabin buster.
You alright?
Yeah, it is all for the atmosphere.
Close one.
But I like logical consistency, and for the most part, most of the things
Yeah, I'm thinking it's time to go.
are earned in this game. They earn most of the setups. They have good justifications, and that minecart is one of the things that stands out to me that does not. I guess theoretically, you pushing on the minecart could have caused the tracks to vibrate, loosening a little bit of rust on a slope, but it's implausible.
A little ray of hope.
Finally, it took like 60 seconds. I want to know who's out here maintaining these signs. Because it's private land. It's not like a park where they're going to have trailheads and everything. Like Josh's dad.
Well, well. When Josh said cabin, I felt like Abe Lincoln.
Wait till you see the Lincoln bedroom.
Oh, are you planning on getting presidential on me?
Take a ride on Air Force One?
All right. Save it for this. Ooh, a telescope. Gonna look at the trees, gonna look at the clouds, gonna look at the cabin. Whoa.
You alright?
I just saw someone at the cabin.
Okay. Let me see.
Jump scare. That Mike doesn't see, apparently. 60 seconds with heightened adrenaline in the cold. Yeah, and most times you don't go through quite so quickly. Most times you explore, you look around, you find the cigar, you find the totemic drawing on the wall. Yeah, that was Hannah. The only Wendigo that's out, that's not imprisoned in the sanatorium, is Hannah. Because essentially the stranger killed the Makapitu, and that was the only free spirit of a Wendigo when Hannah was turned.
Watch out, bird brain.
Just answering.
This is another thing that increases their relationship. Now later on, when you have the option to give up to her, prank her, or kind of take it in stride, both of those actually increase their relationship, because she likes winning, but she also likes him being humorous. One of the things that I like about the mood setting in this game is they kind of find ways to leave cliffhangers in most chapter breaks, or most character breaks. So even though this is just Jessica scaring Mike, it's a great place to break and kind of leaves the players a little frustrated, wanting to get back to Mike and Jessica. Which is good, because Jessica doesn't get a lot of screen time after this kind of opening act.
Okay. Well, that's how it's gonna be. Jess? Jess?
Sammy!
What?
You wanna help me get this fire going?
Well, I was just getting into the bath.
Oh. Oh, do you need any help with that?
Hardy har. Come on. Alright, Josh, let's see if you know how to hook up the hot water in your big fancy lodge.
Hardy har. See, she laughs off the one bit of innuendo directed her way. She doesn't even really acknowledge it seriously, you know. Granted, Josh was only probably being not really serious. Skipping all of Hannah's and Beth's stuff. Now, the interesting thing, a lot of people don't realize, is that the music box in Hannah's room that Josh gave her plays Frere Jacques, and that's the song that he is hearing when he sees them dead later. And so you walk down this corridor with this clock so many times. It's great when they finally do a jump scare with you with it, because they've kind of immunized your suspicion of the clock.
Well, I'm pretty sure that
For a lot of people.
crazy place we used to have a spirit board.
Oh, what?
Oh, and this is another complaint I have about other people. Everybody's like, oh, they didn't use Spirit Board just because they didn't use Ouija Board just because Spirit Board's copyrighted. Well, yeah, it is copyrighted. It was originally, I think, Parker Brothers, but Spirit Board's actually predated the friendly retail packaged Ouija board.
Alright, you guys see if you can find the
And so it always kind of bothers me when people want laugh and kind of deride their choice, because I think it's actually more true.
Okay. guess so. Rad.
Bit of trivia: the pointer for a spirit board is called a planchette. They don't use that information here, but I happen to know it, so. And I have to say something.
Hey, you notice how I gave Chris and Ash a mission together? Yeah, I was thinking they could use some alone time.
So, flattering is what increases your relationship with Josh.
I wish they'd just freaking
And
get on
I don't know that a lot of people
with it.
pick up on the subtext, but Josh did confide in Sam more than any of the others. And it was platonic, it wasn't romantic. Which is why they kind of felt the connection, and that's why Josh brings up that he's glad that Sam came. Because he did confide in her more. But it's in subtext, though, so.
You know, Sam,
Yes, Josh.
I just wanted to say...
What?
Yeah, you caught on to that always in, girl.
It really
Yeah.
means a lot to me that everyone came back this year, and you know, that you came, Sam.
And of course, reassuring is the right answer for this.
Really, whatever you need.
And like I said, a lot of these relationships and skill things don't have a big impact, but they can unlock different dialogue options. And I think seeing those are interesting because the performers put in time to act, and it's just one of those exploration things. I also love how they foreshadow the stare right here, because it's a QTE when you're running away from the psycho. You think when Chris is chasing you in the monk's robe it's going to come up, but it doesn't.
Sorry to drag you down into the bowels.
Oh, just get me some hot water and I'll be super fine.
I mean, I wouldn't want you coming down here on your own, you know?
Well, it's definitely creepy down here.
Yep. Not a place to be on your own.
Yeah, I did enjoy that foreshadowing. I'm going to pick the bat up. I'm not going to actually need it, but if you pick the serious option, it doesn't really impact your relationship with Josh. He feels bad about his father with the serious and bad about his sisters with the humorous, I think.
You bet it's mine. I used to play ball with my dad all the time. Of course, that was before he got too busy to hang out with me. We'll save it for the couch, right?
And here's another comment which indicates that he's in therapy. You know, let's save it for the couch, right? Even though therapists don't really use couches a lot of times nowadays. It's the symbolic kind of therapist, stereotypical.
What was that?
What was what? Just shine it here so I can see what I'm doing.
Yeah, definitely. Dad was too busy maintaining signs. I mean, also making horror films. He did win, like, Best Director for Abbey of Blood or whatever it's called.
Nice one. Okay, first things first. We gotta increase the water pressure before we get the boiler fired up.
I do like the don't move mechanic so much more than the rhythm mechanic for controlling your heartbeat in Medan. I feel like it's such a I don't know, it's more fear-inducing because there's definitely things that make it harder for you to stay still.
That's more like it. All right. 5, girl. Yeah.
High five, didn't get the bad ending. Everybody dies if you don't win that high five. I'm glad you're enjoying the commentary, Sawyer. I've had a lot of time to think about this game and deconstruct it. I've probably watched 24 playthroughs, and I've probably played it through about 8 or 9 times myself.
Oh, you were really
But I've never succeeded on this one. I've only tried once. So this one only helps you with Josh if you prank him and you persist, or if you protest. If you prank him and give up halfway, it actually harms your relationship. But he appreciates the prank if you go through with it.
Nothing behind you.
I think that's the thinking.
Right.
Josh. Seriously. There's something back there.
All right.
I like to increase Sam's brave.
What? No. Where'd you get the first point?
Does it start
Start at 30?
Well, more of a ping pong gal. Wait, okay, so you hear that too, right?
It's kind of interesting because Sam's the most sympathetic
Josh.
in a lot of ways, but she's also the one with the least amount of nuance and the least amount of backstory. You only get really hints that she's athletic. She doesn't know anything about tennis, so I'm going to have her be heroic so that she gets brave score out of this.
What? Why?
You carefree face.
Just because I want the cheerleader to be brave.
Not anything.
Why don't you hold down the fort while I make sure?
Whatever you say, man.
Plus, hardly anyone ever chooses this option because they're always like, "Don't split the party." And so, woo!
Oh, Sam! What? To keep out strangers!
Hey.
What?
Hey!
What the hell?
Boom. You just got mumped.
Yeah, there was definitely a cute rat.
Nice one. That was good.
I think he was on a pipe coming out of the wall, or
do that?
some kind of ledge.
This cool old movie
So,
down here. What was I?
interesting bit. That's a monk attire, and the movie that Josh's dad won the award for was Abbey of Blood or Monastery of Blood. So it's perfectly consistent with the props that would be here if he did that movie all on his own. I think it was some kind of independent horror film fest that he won the award from. It wasn't a major
Well, I said
awards ceremony.
which was dumb.
Holy crap, you were scared. Admit it.
I was not.
Come on, you totally pissed yourself.
Josh! What in God's name are you wearing?
I found my true calling.
Please tell me you're gonna take a vow of silence. Okay, did you at least find the thingy?
Here's our one-way ticket to the spirit realm.
You know what? No. I've just been through enough spooking for one night, okay? I see a hot bath in my crystal.
I love Sam. She's like, nope, nope, not gonna do it. He's a schemer. Totally true, Sam. And here is our bonus scene. And I'm not going to talk through almost any of it so you guys can hear it. Now, I won't find clues, so you will miss out. This is the second opportunity you get to this totem. It's the one that was hidden in the first scene with you at the cabin. And this is the fence that you talked to Sam at, and she was giving you the cold shoulder. It was Chris.
Here you are, madam.
Why, thank you, sir.
I feel like they cut this part out just to make Emily less likable.
Hey, Em.
Yeah?
Feeling a little better now?
Say what?
That was a nasty fight.
The further we get from Jessica, the better I feel.
I just want you to relax. You know?
I'm curious where I'm at with Matt, because his relationship with Emily's super important. Okay. So high relationship. Obviously he lost his, relationship with Mike for being kind of aggressive, but he doesn't really have much interaction with Mike. I don't think he has any interaction with Mike after this. So you can actually look through this telescope again, and you see like a deer, I think. He finally looks through it, and so the funny thing is I really wish he notices that Ashley was lying. I thought there was a deer here. I haven't played this scene but like twice because of the effort it took to get the UK version of this game to get this scene. I mean, ultimately, the only people Matt interacts with are Emily and Jessica, and Jessica is in no position to be mean to him by the time you find her again. And here's another one of those automatic lights, which kind of foreshadows the automatic light at the fire tower. Which, by the way, if you wait outside long enough, it'll go off. But people rarely do.
Hey, Doofus, come this way.
I think flirting is the way to increase.
Trying to get me somewhere private?
Why don't you come find out?
So, I don't think there's anything any other way. Oh yeah, there's this, and I think this is locked.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's locked. So,
What are you doing,
Josh is...
weirdo?
I came back.
Good boy. Now, obey. Matt.
Emily's terrible.
Yeah?
Thanks for helping me find my bag. I know I can be a little high maintenance.
It's no problem, babe. But you gotta remember, there's more to this guy than just being a lean, mean, luggage-lifting machine.
You gonna back that up?
All day.
Lean, mean, luggage-lifting machine.
All day.
Wait, what does that mean?
I also feel like cutting this scene really gave less screen time to Matt, and he really needed the more screen time as a character. Him and Jessica get really kind of shorted in terms of character development, and this definitely adds an element. Yeah, right, Talisa, and like he's much more likable. He has personality. Like they clearly have some chemistry, even though he realizes he's kind of subordinate in the relationship.
Huh. Cool.
Oh, it's so pretty out here tonight.
Wow. Yeah.
It's so nice to be here with you, muscle man.
I'm not all muscle. There are some brains in here, too.
Well, you got enough brains to like me, so let's see that brawn.
You ever done it outside before?
Yeah, exactly, always, Ingo. And the fact that they haven't made it available for paying customers really bothers me.
I like your car. Roomy.
This ain't roomy enough for you?
So, the reason that Ashley doesn't want to get it on this cold, snow-covered picnic table, and I'm not going to uncover it, is because there's a heart with Emily's and Mike's initials in it, and she doesn't want Matt to brush away the snow and find it, because there's a conversation that springs from that. And I'm not going to do that, because I don't want to make her feel awkward with Matt.
What's so important in the bag, anyways?
It's just my undies. The lacy ones.
Well, hell, we don't need those.
You don't want me to model them for you?
Yeah, exactly. These teenagers.
Maybe I want to show them off. Puts me in a generous mood.
Let's go get them.
Gotta love the fact that the expensive bag that she got on Rodeo just holds her lacy unmentionables. I believe... Where are you going, Emily? Because I'm doing... I want to show you guys stuff even if I don't find clues. Let's see. I believe this is the way that you go if you don't want to progress. But nope, drop down. I don't want to do that. Gotta watch out for those drop downs there. Unmentionables. Yeah, you know. That's a polite word for it.
Jared, put your hand in it.
You say unmentionables rather than underwear or
slide it up
lacy underwear.
Ah!
If you don't try to rescue her, she likes you less, even though she's faking this.
Gotcha, Big Dip.
Jesus, you're ridiculous.
Oh, come on. What was that?
We're not sure.
I'm wondering, timeline-wise, if that's the exact same shriek that Mike and Jessica heard. I don't know if it's like a time marker. They into some kinky stuff, yeah.
You are, madam.
Thank you.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Sasuke, the implication with the Hart and Mike is that they had already kind of quote unquote christened that picnic table in the past. So I think that's just another gate you can't get out of. This is the part of the game I know the least because I've played it like twice before this. But I think it really does add texture to the characters. Even though Emily's still bitchy here, it gives her a little bit more humanity, and it definitely helps with Matt's personality.
Hey. What the hell?
I made a snowman.
That was not there before.
Yeah, so this is like creepy stuff that Josh did that no one sees in most people's games. And if you look, he printed it on Northern Province's Penitentiary, which I just picked up a clue. Oops. Oh well.
It's gotta be Chris. Or Josh. They're just trying to mess with us.
Kind of uncool, guys.
Anyway, it's that selling that idea that it's a convict that was released.
Dad!
What the hell's going on?
Yeah, I have it. Actually, I don't think it affects their conversations because Matt never does a powwow to like discuss what's going on. It's all the other characters when they get together. Oh, there's the crow. He is on the window. The dissected squirrel, which is always there, and should be a snake in the jar. Yeah, snake in the jar.
I would like to understand your feeling.
I love the painting in the background. It kind of reminds me of like Dante's Inferno kind of paintings, or Doré woodcuts, but it's not obviously not Doré. Yes, I do. I don't care. Whatever.
Is that so? Because that's not reflected in the way you are playing your game. Now is it?
I didn't even see the spider.
And now, let us investigate your feelings toward other people in greater depth.
So the other thing you have to remember about these sessions, the backgrounds are changing because it's based on where Josh is when he's having these kind of internal hallucinations. Additionally, it's his characterization of Dr. Hill and not the like honest characterization. It's how he perceives him. So I think Josh values loyalty.
So you would tell a lie in order to...
Oh, the spider in your jar in your playthrough. Yeah, that makes sense.
And what about loyalty versus charity?
Josh isn't very charitable, so he's going to say loyalty again.
So you would sooner look after your friends before caring for those in greater need?
I think so. For Josh.
Huh. Once again, I'm afraid we're out of time. We'll talk again soon.
Gotta love that crow. That's awesome. Dr. Hill's having a conversation with that crow. Sounds right for Josh, yeah.
It was just a prank, Han.
It was just a prank, Han.
Today is the 1-year anniversary of the dreadful tragedy of Hannah and Beth Washington, the twins who are still missing.
I know it would mean so much to Hannah and Beth that we're all still here together. You know, thinking of them.
Whoa, hello. Somebody's getting a little friendly.
Boom. Butterfly effect.
Excuse me? Did you say something?
Oh, did you not hear me with your sluttiness?
Stop it! Mike, why don't you check out the guest cabin, the one I told you about?
Yeah, alright.
Did you hear that?
What
My
in
dog has
God's
decided
name
he
are you wearing?
wants to...
Here's our one-way ticket to the spirit realm.
Watch out for that,
Very
Josh.
serious conversation. My dog has decided tonight is the night he wants to go out like every 30 minutes.
Yes?
Normally he's good once a night.
Jess! So, it says here.
Haunted. So, for people that haven't done it, in the foreground over Ashley's, her right-hand shoulder, in one of the transitions, there is a ghost silhouette in the background.
Chris, come on, this is serious.
But a lot of people miss it. But it's a little jarring if you see it, and I like for people to see it. So, as it's getting tense, look over her shoulder, and you'll see a bit of a ghost. It's only in one scene transition. It's like 1 second.
Okay. Is anyone there? Will you reveal yourself to us? If
Pascal, you're just going to have to wait. You can wait 1 more hour.
Wait a minute.
Did you do that?
I didn't do anything.
It's moving again.
H?
What's it spelling?
Hold on.
How's this happening?
Are you
It is because I'm busy.
I swear it's just moving.
He's a bit of a needy Velcro dog.
Help?
How are we supposed to help?
I don't know. What does it mean?
We need to know who it is if we're supposed to help them.
Chris gets a little annoyed. I don't think it affects your relationship, but he gets a little annoyed if you keep not asking who it is.
Oh, here it goes.
Okay, S.
I.
S.
T.
E.
R.
Sister. Sister?
Whose sister?
Oh, come on. Is this for real?
Shut up. Ask it whose sister.
Josh, it's gotta be.
Yeah, okay, well, which sister is it then?
Ashley, ask who it is.
Who are we speaking to? Hannah? Was that you? Oh God.
It says yes if you pick Hannah or Beth.
Josh? Are you...
Fine.
Are you sure? Because we can stop.
No.
Dude, it's cool.
I want to hear what it says.
In terms of like setting up for a way to Josh to storm out and have alone time, this is a really good contrivance that Josh has come up with.
Find out what happened that night.
Because it gives him the chance to go and, you know,
Josh?
pull all the strings, push all the buttons.
Okay. Let me think. Hannah, we miss you, and we want to know what happened to you. Can you tell us what happened? B? E? T? R? I don't like this.
Betrayed.
I'm not trying to nerd flex,
Oh,
I
God.
promise.
K?
The
I?
stream is just about
L? E?
the game and deconstructing it.
No!
Kill.
We didn't kill them! It was just a prank!
Ash, calm down, okay? Just, we need to find out more.
I'm sorry, I am
Guys,
sorry.
What do they mean?
Ask them what happened. It's the only way to know. Ask them, Ash.
Okay. Who killed you? Hannah, who was it? L? I? B?
The library. Maybe there's something.
So many people want a sequel to this game. And while I love the setting and I do like the characters quite a bit, oh, I missed the ghost.
Holy shit.
I was gonna point it out.
Chris.
You know what? No, this is bullshit.
I don't think a sequel would be good.
Josh,
Furthermore, I think it's
going
mired in licensing issues with Sony.
I don't know if you think messing with me is somehow going to help me deal with my grief or whatever, but this is not cool.
Okay.
Josh, no! You wanted to use this.
You saw it in yours.
Hey, calm down. It's not
I
Ash's
don't
fault.
need this right now, okay? You guys are full of it.
Should we go after him?
Ah, man, I mean, he'll be okay. Let's just give him some time.
I don't blame him. That was crazy. The pointer flew right off the table.
It's a planchette, Ashley.
I wasn't
Planchette.
faking anything. I think we should do what it says. We should look in the library.
Jess?
You can watch it on the VOD, Sasuke, if you want. You can probably clip it and still get it. Now, this particular score piece, this rising tension score piece, is one of my favorites in terms of the instrumentation in the game. Because it really draws you in to that tension.
I totally promise I won't murder you.
Oh!
Oh my no.
That was so good!
I set Twitch to save them for 90 days, I believe. Always in girl.
No. You recorded that?
Look at your face!
I was scared, Jet. You can't just jump out at somebody. I'm in the middle of the woods. It's
At least if I said it correctly. But I suspect there'll be a lot of user error since this is my first stream.
Kill you.
I didn't know you had such a cute little ladylike scream, Michael.
I went through all the dials that the standard interface had. I didn't add any streaming software. So this is the part where she likes it either way. I think she likes it a little bit better if you're witty, but even grumpy, she gets to say that she won.
Yeah. Looks like you have to try harder.
A challenge.
Yeah, Sasuke, it's cool, isn't it? And here's the thing, like, you gotta imagine that Josh put it there, had it rigged there, and nobody noticed it. It's really just there for the players, obviously. But if you try to explain it in an in-game sense. Let's see where I'm at with Jessica. Yep, pretty high with Jess. He hasn't hurt his relationship with anybody else but Matt. There's no way to get them all to be friends, but I think there's a way to get all of them to be friends that have major interactions.
Kind of like a real winter wonderland out here.
Hey girl, you know I'll help you up.
She's going really slow. I have that left bumper speed walk going.
Was it someone screaming?
No. Teenagers. Yeah. Well, you know, there's not that many opportunities to get on your own, depending on your parenting.
What?
So his bravery goes up if you throw this rock or snow or whatever it is into the bush. But either way, the deer jumps out.
Someone there?
And because I like to play my Mike is very brave, I am going to throw it. Jump scare.
That thing almost killed us.
Oops. I will say they improved the controls slightly in terms of, like, not the speed, but the handling in Medan. There's a little bit of the tank control thing that Resident Evil had.
Everything you described, Michael.
So here's the interesting thing. If you show her the mask or you scare her, you lose points in her relationship either way. The only way to not lose points is not to even pick the mask up, which is a clue, so it dovetails nicely into my goals. Obviously, scaring her causes her to fall into the water and get frozen and is very unhappy with you. I don't know that you can recover after that in terms of getting her Max relationship. And the answer for getting her favor here is to comfort the deer, not to put it out of its misery.
Damn.
It's horrible.
Gee, I don't think he's gonna make it. Hey, bud. Hey, buddy.
God, the poor thing.
It's okay.
So, Always In Girl, I think there's enough opportunities that you can still max the relationship out with Jess, but you have to do almost everything right. Ticks are horrible.
Oh my God, what the hell was that?
I grew up in a rural area and ticks are horrible. Another pet peeve is everybody calls this predator vision, and it's not like heat based. I'm attempting all the risky things so that I can practice on the QTEs so that I don't screw up at a critical moment. And even though she doesn't like it, even though she acts like she doesn't like it, helping her improves your relationship.
Come on, we gotta go!
I am!
Yeah, no, the head just comes right off. He's holding it as it cuts deep enough that when the Wendigo grabs it, the head just pops right off. It's a lot more, or rather a lot less disturbing if you just comfort it.
What?
I had it under control. Whole time.
Oh, bullshit.
I think the really fun first, like, clue discussion happens after Chris's and Ashley's next scene.
We just ran a marathon.
They compare notes. So that's when the first time we'll see them be ignorant.
Yeah, gotta be. Things are crazy fast.
Picking the gun up and either showing her or pointing it at her, you lose points with Jessica.
Because I'm pretty sure bears don't know how to open cabin doors.
I've seen them open car doors.
Where?
Where?
On the internet.
On the internet.
Okay, well, this isn't the internet, Jess. Right? This is real life. I promise you that no bear or anything else is gonna open that cabin door.
You know, he keeps his promise.
Right.
The Wendigo did not open the door.
I'm almost feeling relaxed again. Almost. Huh. Typical. This is not the cozy chalet I was promised, Mike.
Yeah, it's a bit drafty or something, right?
Well, there is a fireplace.
Come on, Mike.
Fire.
Be classy. Don't do this.
Michael, I am a lady, and a lady needs a proper romantic setting.
We're already on like an ancient couch
A lady
with
would
no
like to
blanket.
cuddle up with her man by a nice cozy fire bathed in atmospheric mood lighting.
Right. It'll get plenty toasty once we're rubbing up against each other.
Mike, fire and mood lighting.
Yes, my lady.
She gets really impatient at this part too if you start exploring. It doesn't affect her relationship, but it can be either annoying or humorous depending on how you view it.
Mood lighting.
Yeah, Mike's making us look bad. Exactly. Go ahead and grab the matches. She's gonna say, I lost my phone, it's my 4th one this year, my parents are gonna kill me. Hopefully they're just getting her the free phone for the plan.
What?
At this point.
Where is it?
What? What's wrong?
Gone. It is gone, okay?
Jess, slow down.
Even though the Washingtons are the rich ones here, it's pretty clear that
No.
all of these students are from like
outside.
upper middle class backgrounds at least.
I can't lose my phone. My parents will kill me.
You can always get a new
You know, Emily has a $800 top.
Well, I'll have you look for it.
It's gotta be outside.
Jessica loses her phone 3 times and gets it replaced. All their gear is pretty nice. It all looks like it would be name brand.
Fine.
no mic matches. Yeah, I know. I'm getting too practical in my wiser years, Sasuke. But were I in the position where I had an irresponsible daughter who lost her phone 3 times or 2 times, I would not be getting her a good one again. I almost picked up that book. Habit.
Unless you want to make out with an ice sculpture, I suggest you get a fire going. Pronto.
Now, a lot of people wonder why Mike doesn't use his Zippo, which he clearly has. It's actually pretty hard to light a wood-burning stove with the Zippo. Now, it wouldn't also light with a single match unless you had some paper in there or some tinder that was better than what was in there. But the Zippo would have been really hard to use.
I wish we had some booze.
Wait. I didn't get her relationship up high enough?
If I'd known that ahead of time.
What did I do?
I'm not feeling
Huh.
it yet.
I don't know what I did. Oh well.
Am I doing something wrong?
No. I mean, I thought you were one way, but you're kind of another way. Does if that makes sense? It's not your fault.
Jess, I really like you.
I'll have to go back and review my notes if I fail on this playthrough.
Just give me a chance.
I mean, it's going to be high enough. She likes him if he comes after her and she doesn't die at the end. So you'll always get the positive comments from her.
Mike,
and she doesn't see him again in game. Yeah, one job. I know.
Close them, please.
I mean, I've seen
I feel like someone's watching
the animated Jessica in her under things before. It's not something that I'm super
I really don't like it.
excited about or anything.
Shudder it is.
But I'm surprised because it was a really high relationship. I don't know what I did wrong. I could have misremembered something, I suppose.
Voila. Shutters are shuttered. Now, where were we?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I think I'm a little freaked out, and it's hard for me to keep this up. And
what? Keep what?
Look.
Now, the interesting thing is you actually get a more interesting view into Jessica's character if you don't manage to totally woo her, because she kind of admits she's insecure. We all know she's insecure, but it'd see her to have that moment of character growth where she can reveal that to Mike.
Jess, you've got to be kidding me.
What?
You have nothing to be insecure about.
Oh. You have no idea.
Sure I do. You're just like me and everyone else. We're all insecure. But you know how to handle yourself. You might call it a front, but it's real.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. And that's super fucking hot.
Really?
Yeah, hell yeah it is.
Come here. Maybe I know how to handle you, too.
I am definitely ready to be handled.
Yeah, it is interesting, always in Girl, that if you even get lower, you have to find her blankets and go on a few quests within the cabin. And by the end, she'll be still fully dressed in her complete coat. So the 3 states are like this state, the bra and panty state, or the in the full clothes and coat state. Mike is always in his wife beater.
Okay, well, go find out now, please.
Because that's kind of his iconic look for the adventure portion of the game. But yeah, if I had tried to seduce her at that point, that's the point where he would have used the same line. Let's just start with making out and see where it goes from there again. It's pretty funny because Jessica's like, really? You're going to try that line on me?
Get
I
your
mean,
phone.
to be fair, Always In Girl, the very first time I played it blind, I did get the
How is it my phone?
underwear scene.
I don't know. It just came through the window.
I just forgot something.
Fuck's sake, god damn it.
What?
Those goddamn assholes probably followed us out here to fuck with us, and just when we were getting down to business.
Now, if she hadn't gotten pissed off and done this, there's a good chance that Mike and her would have been pretty safe
Hey!
while
Yeah,
everything else was
Rex!
happening.
That means you!
But without Mike's intervention,
know.
I don't know that everybody else would have lived. Because Mike has some pretty safe, quote-unquote safe.
Well, guess what?
I mean, the bottom line is that the Hannah Wendigo doesn't actively attack Mike for the totality of the game.
So enjoy it, because I know we're going to.
She just watches him for the most part. There's a scene in the end, but even she doesn't kill him.
Break.
I'm just standing here, nothing's happening. And once again, this is a great place to do a chapter cut into another POV, because you really want to go back to them.
Do you really think the girls were communicating with us?
I don't know. I don't know if I wish they were or if I wish they weren't.
I guess we should find out.
Innuendo intended.
Josh looked really freaked out at the seance.
Yeah, he looked like he was keeping
Wasn't
together.
really a seance, Ashley.
We shouldn't have mentioned his sisters.
There's some more
That's why we
ceremony
came
that
back up
goes.
here.
Yeah, but not to like have a seance. Maybe we went too far.
So a lot of people don't find this. Right here, you can find some light shining underneath there from Josh's workshop. It's one of those clues that people miss a lot.
Holy crap!
Are you okay?
I think so. Look,
What?
there was something behind the books. What is that?
Is it a button?
Why would there be a button?
That's a good
It's
question.
another one of those
Should I
clues
push it?
too that they
That's what
talk
buttons are
about when
for,
they
I
do their
guess.
their recap, the what we think's going on situation. They talk about the light. So it's another one of those that you don't want to find if you want them to be ignorant.
Whoa, panel opens.
Head explodes.
Are we like in a movie right now?
If we are, I hope it's a rom-com.
Leave it to the Washingtons to have secret passages in their house?
I mean, maybe they didn't even know. This place is super old.
So, should we take a look?
As much as I would
for you.
cast
No,
myself
no,
as
you go.
Mike the action hero, not Mike the Casanova per se, but Mike the action hero, and be the protagonist, I'm much more of a Chris kind of guy, unfortunately. Doofus, bad puns, bad jokes. This is another required clue. You can't get out of this one.
Fine.
I can't even really put it down, see. I have to turn it over.
Holy cow.
Now, either way, it doesn't hurt Ashley, but we're going for ignorant here. Like, your relationship doesn't decrease. We're going for ignorant here, so he's going to be protective. So there'll be even less to talk about, because
Well,
she won't
no,
know
there's
about this card.
really not much in here.
Did you look everywhere?
Are we really gonna take orders from a spirit
But it
board?
said the library.
Ash, there's nothing here. Let's just go find Josh, okay?
Do.
What was that?
I really like the decor in this place.
That
This lodge is
really
like would
bizarre.
be such an expensive piece of property to
Why would there be a
maintain.
whole secret room back there with the button and the moving wall? It was just empty.
Particularly because it's exposed to such extreme elements. I can't imagine the upkeep cost of this being your like getaway home. I really can't.
So,
Here we go. Ignorant conversation number 1.
thinking about something I saw earlier with Sam.
What?
There was like this wanted poster, like full-on Western style, you know?
So?
And Sam really thought there was someone following her around.
So, So what you're saying, there's some criminal up on the mountain with us?
Well, no, I wouldn't say that exactly, but I mean, it's possible.
What? Okay, anything is possible.
Just keep your eyes peeled, okay? If you see something, say something. You hear that?
That was Josh.
Coming from the kitchen.
I'm only streaming for another 50 minutes, Daisy, but I understand. Have a good night. It'll be up if you want to watch the rest of it.
Ashley, I'm gonna... Ash? Ash?
Bam. So yeah, I love, you know, they have to use the fact that Sam thought someone was following her, which is never explicitly stated. And then he's just like, yeah, I don't know, just keep your eyes peeled. I don't know. So, I just love to hear them. Mike's is the best when he's trying to describe the asylum, but having found none of the clues about the miners. It's really funny. Crow's still there. All these chains and hooks are in the barn that he ties up Ashley in. It's the kind of thematic
I'm going to show you some
attachment.
pictures of people that you have come to know.
So these pictures right here determine the pictures that are shown on the board that you find when Ashley and Chris are looking for Sam, and one of them has their eyes X'd out. And whichever one you hate the most is the one has their eyes X'd out.
From each pair you like the most. Take your time. Your answers are important.
I'm going to actually choose Sam to like the least because I've never heard what he says, what his commentary is. And I'm going to like Josh, you know. Because no one ever picks Sam. Yeah, that's, I mean, it's Josh making a creepy thing, but it's also a reflection of how he thinks of his friends. Some of these I'm just picking random. Ultimately, Sam is going to be the one he hates the most. I just want to see what Dr. Hill says.
Tell me, in this little game you're playing so diligently, who is it that you most dislike?
Huh. I must have did something wrong. I'll dislike Ashley then. I probably wasn't paying close enough attention.
I guess you think she's getting what she deserves. You think the way you feel about her justifies the terrible trauma she is about to go through. Now, why would you think that?
So the interesting thing is...
Time's up.
Oh, I pinned Sam went to the end.
Back soon. We'll talk
I
again.
probably flipped what I thought he was asking for in my brain.
That one out for yourself.
But so it's interesting because Josh's primary targets for tormenting were Sam, Chris, and Ashley. Chris was passed out drunk with Josh during the events of the prank. Now, there have been some people to suggest that he was
There is one individual
kind of
we're considering as a
tacitly
person of
taking
interest.
place
He has an
by
interesting
getting
history
Josh
with the
drunk.
Washington family.
But there's nothing in the
Apparently, he had warned
game
them
to
against
suggest that.
pursuing their construction project in Blackwood Pines.
Then
and
Chris,
Legoland was sacred to his forefathers.
is like I said, he's one targeted. And then Sam is the other one. Sam actually looked for Hannah to avoid the prank, but didn't find her in time.
It's gotta be.
And then finally Ashley, who was just a willing participant. She didn't organize it. She didn't record it. I think of the people in the room, she was the least involved. Whereas he gives Mike and Jess a pass to a cabin where he's not even going to be at.
Come here.
So I wonder about
Maybe
what
I
his
know how to
plans
handle
for
you, too.
revenge were. So interesting thing, they really downscale these the graphics on these recaps.
Oh fuck, what the fuck?
Alright, here we go.
Jessica!
QTE time.
Oh my god. Jess! Jess! Jessica! Jessica!
Time to assassinate Jessica.
Jess! No! Fuck, 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 fuck.
Ah.
Oh,
Missed one.
fuck, fuck, move.
She'll be okay with one miss. Oh, oops. Bad trigger finger discipline.
Oh, no, damn it.
Yeah, a lot of people fail this in their playthroughs, always in Girl. They take the long paths, and you pretty much have to play Mike as the brave character to save Jess. Miss Nemesis, who was here earlier, tried to save Jess in her second playthrough and still managed to not do so. They're the same every time, but I don't necessarily have all of them memorized. I have a few of them memorized, and they tend to go in sequence, so you can definitely memorize them.
Jessica, I'm coming!
But while I am a big fan of this game, I don't play it constantly. It is, however, a great video to put in the background while I'm working on something, or just need some background noise.
Jessica! Jess!
So they're not even really going to know the mines were unsafe, or any of the other, or that they knew the mines were unsafe any day.
No! Oh, God! No, Jessica!
Yeah, always in Girl.
Jess!
I don't even get...
Are you okay?
Like, this is almost like comfort food for me, this game. Not all horror games are like that, but I've been a bit inured in this one. What the fuck? So, if you shoot the Wendigo here, a metal slug embedded in Hannah's head can be seen later. But you have to really look for it. It flattens on her skull because of her armor-like hide. So, she's not dead, Sawyer. It looks like she's dead, but it's a big fake out. The only time you know she dies is if she gets her jaw ripped off. Ow. I hit 2 buttons at once. Fat fingered that one.
Okay. Okay.
If you were too slow in this, you don't get to see him and follow him out. You have to take a secondary route. You don't get to do the Indiana Jones slide. And a lot of people misunderstand what happens here. If you shoot him, the gun is jammed. If you don't, it still gives the same dialogue where he talks about it being a jammed gun.
Jammed a piece of shit. I's gotta make it.
Bye, Sasuke. Or Night Daisy, I guess. I missed a lot. Let's see. Okay, so Sawyer, you get a chance to save her later on, but it's towards the end of the game. Alright, great. I'm caught up on chat. I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah, so if he has to go the other route, you actually see the Wendigo crawling in a dark area behind him. It's kind of interesting. Alright, sounds good, Sawyer. Definitely take a look, because there are some fun parts coming up. Have a good night.
Ashley! Oh.
So I'm pretty much ignoring her purse, and is this the right door out? I don't think it is. But it is. So interesting thing, you know, this clearly wouldn't be real blood. It's too high velocity, unless he and there'd be a lot more blood there.
Ash!
So he just took the pig's head and flicked it at the wall. Once again, this kind of nice anxiety score.
Ashley? Anyone out there? Ashley?
So if you go left, you know, there's I'll do the scare, but I'm not gonna do any clues. It'll be the zombie scare. No, it's not the zombie. It's the clown scare. So the blood going this way is the real clue that the pig's head is where all the blood came from, because not much blood this way.
Ash!
But what did you not get, Always In Girl, the clown? It's whatever you pick in the beginning, zombie, clown, or scarecrow. Or no, you didn't even go that way. I think I remember that.
Ashley?
The clown thing, yeah. Yeah, there's a totem back there and a pig's head, chopped off pig's head. You can also go around this this whole barn and find another totem way back there. If you walk around here long enough in the right way, something almost falls on you. But I don't remember exactly how to trigger it.
Ash, I'm...
There we go.
God damn it.
Please, help me.
So
I'm coming, Ash. Just,
the interesting thing about this dilemma, obviously the blade is always going to go after Josh, otherwise his illusion in his game doesn't hold up.
Chris, are you
But
there?
your decision on what you say matters, because if you say you're going to save Josh, Josh still has faith in Chris, whereas Ashley would think he had a last-minute change of heart, and Josh would just think the blade went the way it was supposed to. So the way to maintain high relationship with his two best people is to say you're going to save Josh, and then save Ashley.
Please, everyone calm down. It's all very simple. Christopher, you will find a lever placed directly in front of you. All you have to do is choose who you will save.
Exactly, Always In Girl. And they deliberately make you make the choice twice and make the lever thing counterintuitive in order for you to second guess whether you did it right or not. I think, and this isn't something they've revealed, but I think the intention is to confuse the player and to think they picked the wrong answer. So, just to give some context, if you look at Ash and Josh, I haven't had as much time with Ashley as I have with Josh, but they started out the same. It worked with me as well, Always In Girl.
God, Ash.
But when I'm watching Twitch streamers, I have to try to perpetuate the illusion, so that's why I tell people, oh, you made a mistake.
This is insane. This is nuts. This isn't happening. Please tell me this
Point to who you'll save.
I don't know what to do.
You've chosen to save Ashley.
No, it's a mistake. That's not what I meant. Josh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for this to happen.
Man, I thought we were friends.
Sorry.
Why would you do this? Oh, God, what did I do?
There were definitely some streams that I've watched where they really thought that the blade was going to stop and were super surprised when it cut through what we think is Josh.
No, don't look, Ashley.
Why
Don't look.
can't I look? Chris, please tell me he's okay, please.
Oh.
Poor Chris is traumatized.
I'm letting you down.
But
Stop, please.
his protective nature is
Come on, we're gonna
kind of
get you out
depriving Ashley of some agency. And given her cowardly nature and her complaining, I don't think that's really a way to encourage growth. And so here's where you finally run back into Matt and Emily, and you wouldn't have seen them again without that scene. And you're like, oh, it's really suspect they haven't been around, and they're all clean, and nothing bad's happened to them. But having them have that one scene with a little scare makes it more convincing.
Josh, what, dude?
Oh, this is a scene where I can get where I can get new dialogue, and it'll show the wrong dialogue in the recap because you get it so rarely.
I don't understand what happened. There's a maniac, and there was a saw. It was either him or Ash, and I don't know what to do. It come right through, man, spilling out fucking everywhere.
What? Oh my God, Chris, what?
And I killed him.
No,
Chris. I killed him. It was my fault, man.
No, this is insane. We need to go get some help.
It cut right in half.
We're gonna figure this out.
Matt, we need to go get help now.
Chris, she's right. But who knows who'll be next, right?
See, this is the new dialogue.
It's the only sane thing to do. We'll go get help.
No, you just want to save yourself.
No, I just don't want to make hasty decisions that get everyone killed. You can get everyone else together and I'll go get help. With Matt, right?
Okay.
See, she looks to him for support instead of just manipulating him here. In addition, she doesn't accuse Mike and Jess off 69ing each other, and they don't talk about where Sam is. In this case, she's a much more positive, contributing character. Ding! Dr. Hill's one of my favorite parts of this game.
Things are getting pretty tense up there, aren't they? Is the night going the way you hoped it would?
It's going fine. It's fine. It's all fine. I wanted to capture them. Chris
Are getting what they deserve.
tried to save me. What do you want?
I'm trying to help you. And this game you're playing.
He answers the same way for either one of those answers.
Good for you. It's not good for anyone. And I can't say that you're showing much loyalty in the way you're playing. To continue with this elaborate self-indulgence?
Yes, I will continue with my elaborate self-indulgence.
That I am real.
You're real. And this, he gives you the same answer no matter what you pick in this one too. It's just undermining the character's understanding of the situation, or the player rather, player's understanding of the situation. And so if you watch this, I believe the dialogue from Emily in the scene where Emily and Matt meet up with Chris and Ashley is the standard dialogue. It glitches out. It doesn't show the really rare, you're on really good relationship with Matt dialogue.
Quit it.
Here's our one-way ticket to the spirit realm.
I've just been through enough spooking for one night, okay? I see a hot bath in my crystal ball. So have fun.
Oh, we can do this! Jessica! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Shit! There is one individual we're considering as a person of interest, but his whereabouts are currently unknown.
You know, there is still the old sanatorium on the mountain. Could he be hiding there?
So one of the things I like about this game is it takes a ton of horror subgenres and mashes them up into the kind of illusion or fiction of horror before they have the reveal to show you what the real horror is.
That's really not good.
And it's completely plausible because Josh has gotten all of his ideas from his father, who's a horror movie director. Welcome back, Daisy. So he's gotten all of his ideas from his father, who's a horror movie director. And then there's the sanatorium thrown up there for good measure, with the traps to save the Wendigos and all the like hooks and blades and things. I love how it incorporates so many different facets of horror subgenres before the kind of turn in the story where you know what's really going on. And since I'm not getting any collectibles, I can just go right to the front door. Don't have to go to the gate and get the totem, don't have to go downstairs and get the totem or push the barrel. Don't have to read the condemned sign, have Mike complain. So the hardest thing is when Emily's running away from the Wendigo, for you to hit the Wendigo with the flare gun. It's a really small window to aim at it, and it's the only way to prevent Emily from getting bit, which is the only way to prevent Ashley and Emily's relationship from going down, and Emily's and Matt's relationship from going down. Does anyone have any marshmallows? Now, I was kind of curious what Mike actually thought he could accomplish with the lantern and no weapons versus a dude and 2 wolves. But, whatever. That's why he won you over? The marshmallow line? Or just... Yeah. Yeah, he's got some good one-liners. I mean, he's definitely cast as the main character, and he's really plot armored in terms of him and Sam both are really plot armored in terms of when they can die. Because the game has to have some permutation where you get to the ending, unlike something like Medan where you can kill everybody a lot quicker. But he can lose resources. So Wolfie is a resource, and the machete is a resource, and his fingers are a resource. And so they all provide a... I mean, I think most people experience a palpable sense of loss if they screwed up a QTE and Wolfie saves them and Wolfie gives his life for them. I think that's just as bad as having Mike die as killing the wolf. And so that's really the cost you get. I'm going the wrong way. No, I'm not. That's really the cost that you get if you do badly. It's not that Mike dies because he has plot armor. It's that you lose Wolfie, which is just heartbreaking. Hello. He was just waving at me, welcoming me in. I believe it is number 3. Could be wrong, but I think it's number 3. I am correct. You have to get the key card to move forward. It's one of the few clues you have to... It's not really a clue, I guess. So another thing that people don't realize is the toe tag in the other slab is the doctor that signed off on everybody else's deaths. No one connects it unless you really scrutinize the names, but it's Dr. Bowen. But they don't say doctor on the toe tag, it just says Bowen, comma, whatever his first name is. The VR game, The Impatient, made it a little bit trippier because you played through the events of when the sanatorium fell. And everybody died, all that stuff. Yeah, a lot of people want to close those doors. And so, here you get chased by the wolf with absolutely no QTEs. Which is funny to me. So, I always think the best way to close the drawers is to never open them. What a quaint little psycho crib. He doesn't care. Oops, wrong way. That's the wolf way. Like I said, bad direction sense. I do like how the game tracks wounds. The wounds you accrue tend to stay with the characters, and they have fairly good visuals. Which way am I going? Yes, chapel. Like the more you fail, and the more you fall, and the more you get banged up, the more it reflects on the character. It's not 100% right, but there are some people that think that that fist meant to pet the dog or the wolf.
Easy. That's a good one.
I never felt like that's what it was saying.
That's a good boy. That's right. Easy. Yeah, good boy. Yeah. Good guy. You like that? Yeah. Everyone likes a little loving, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and really, they use the fist logo, but he kicks him pretty hard. And it makes this really sad like, dog yelpy noise. I can't skip the coat or the universal lock pick.
So, what have we here?
All Mike uses guns for are to open locks.
Nice.
Yeah, my dog is definitely starved for attention. This is the 4th time. If I were Mike, I would at least checked the amount of rounds that were in the cylinder. Pascal, you're just gonna have to wait. I have 21 minutes. The thing of it is I took him out before I started the stream, and then in the middle of my stream, he rang the bell to go out, and so my wife came out and took him out, and he did his business both times.
Okay.
Nah. Mike is like, shoot first, check. I mean, they really don't want you viewing the game as a resource management game, so they take a great amount of care to abstract all of the resources. You never know how many bullets you have. They're all enablers versus limited resources to be budgeted.
I can't believe Josh is dead.
I can't believe how he died.
No, I mean, what if they were wrong?
What?
Maybe we should have checked the shed to see if it was really true.
I don't know. There's some
Gotta check the shed.
You can never unsee them.
Yeah, I guess, but some things you have to see for yourself.
I'll take their word for it.
So let's see what Matt and Emily are looking like. No change. So he's pretty much capped out. I could get her to go through the window over here, and she would do it because the relationship's high enough. But the relationship goes down, and if I want to get the good ending, I have to take enough of a hit to the relationship for abandoning her on the fire tower.
This is locked, Matt.
Because I have to give her the flare gun if I want her to not get bitten.
Start smashing shit down. He's gonna hear us.
Look, you got any better suggestions?
I don't know. What about... Look!
What?
Window.
That's great, Matt. I can just about fit my lip balm through that little slot.
No, come on.
You will never fit through there, big guy.
It's actually a pretty big window if you can get the window open. I don't understand what the problem is, but...
And I'm gonna...
Just do it! To Chris and Ash and Josh.
He's gotta know this is the only way back.
Don't say that.
Look, the cable car's all the way out there.
Well, that's...
You can make that jump, right, Matt?
Far, right? You can jump it?
I'm good, but not that good. Flattered, though.
Well, Matt, if you can't jump that, what are we gonna do?
I don't know.
God, everything is like so busted up.
I think they knew exactly what they were doing.
So I have to show this so that they get the idea for the fire tower.
Hey, look! Fire tower.
You can actually examine it again and he'll provide some other
maybe
comment.
We should get the cable car working and take the show on the road, huh?
And then there's this sparkle here, which, because of forced perspective, looks like it's on the floor, but it's the control panel. You gotta see the keys missing. No key, no cable car.
Great. No keys, no cable car. So, back to square one.
And so, when she suggests going to the fire tower,
what about
it's actually a fairly important choice. If you agree with her and you give Matt the flare gun, he fires it off immediately.
I mean, it would, wouldn't it?
If you disagree with her and give Matt the flare gun, he keeps it and can save himself from the Wendigo if you try to save Emily. Disagreeing with her lets him use the flare gun. Agreeing with her keeps him in her good graces better. And since I'm giving her the flare gun and not him, I'm going to agree with her. The gnarly part is there's a totem that you find shortly after this that tells you to give it to Matt. And most people see Matt as having suggested that. Emily...
Why are you being so bitchy? We're in a serious situation.
Well, Matt, easy.
Sorry, got distracted by the dialogue. Sees that he suggested it, sees she suggested it, and goes ahead and agrees with her. And so he just fires the flare gun out. Now, and a lot of other people also don't understand why Emily's doing this. It's because the gate was locked and there's literally no other way to go anywhere.
What's cooking? Good looking?
Getting us out of here, Mr. Meat for Brains.
And if you don't reach out and grab her when she stumbles here and almost falls, it negatively impacts your relationship. She's fairly a little bit more hostile towards you.
Look at this bad boy. You're coming with me, buddy. And just like magic, come on down. We can totally get out here this way.
You alright?
Yeah, thanks. Maybe, you should go first to protect me. Okay, easy now.
Okay. Alright.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Almost.
I'm feeling kind of faint.
Don't look down.
Whoa.
Okay.
Holy cannoli, thank God that's over.
Yeah, for real.
Such weird expletives in this game. Holy cannoli. Who says that? Other than M.
What if it doesn't work?
What?
The radio.
Yeah, Emily does,
But-
exactly.
Okay, if it doesn't, we need a plan.
Maybe we can just climb down.
Climb down what?
This suggestion makes me laugh.
Serious.
What's the big deal? It's not like it's floating in the sky.
It might as well be. It's pitch black out.
Hey, hopefully we won't have to.
You think the psychopath is just gonna give up and run away?
No. But maybe we should find a safe spot. Hole up, wait it out. It'll be a lot easier to figure this all out in the morning.
As long as we don't hide in the lodge, that's where he expects us to go.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Sasuke. I would not have even tried that. I would have found some place to hunker down and hide. I would not have went on the icy, treacherous, metal catwalk. So, if you follow her up here, there's a totem there. If you go to the left, there's the shack where Hannah and Beth dropped the phone. You can find that. The police missed it. Since I'm not getting clues, I'm not going, but some people miss that. Because the moment you go up here, you enter into the kind of a cutscene that you can't come back from, and you never get the chance to explore it again. And this is the cliff that Beth and Hannah fell from in the beginning of the game.
To my death off a snowy cliff top.
Although, it's not obvious to everyone that that's the case.
Matt, what is that?
Yeah, and it really doesn't help you do much other than establish the fact that the phone was lost. It's not a huge clue. It's really a completionist type item. Yeah, exactly. And so the real clue in this game is watch where the secondary characters are going and don't go that way. That's at least, I think every case, but at least 90% of the cases. You see wherever your secondary character is and you go the opposite way to do exploration. So, this music is in the public domain, so it will not result in any DMC takedowns for anybody. Yeah, he's totally being a creeper. And he totally slams the door hard enough to make the candle go out. Also,
Hello?
Let's be real here. Sam's been in the bath for like 4 hours. Now, it is a gigantic bathtub.
What are you doing out there?
But like, she had to use an enormous amount of hot water to keep it warm.
Okay.
So getting back to the plot armor thing, when they made this, Rami Malek was not nearly as much of a star as he is now, and the top billing was Hayden and Blake Dalton, who played it in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And so that's one of the reasons why they're kind of cast as the protagonists, because they were the kind of top-billed people. They got the most gameplay, regardless of player choices.
Chris?
And therefore the biggest screen time.
Josh?
Here comes that clock scare. Got about 10 minutes. I might better get through the chase. I really want to get a big, giant, creepy grandfather clock. It's a life goal.
Chris? Mike? Emily?
But they're a big investment.
This is really getting out of hand, okay? It was all very funny, haha. Look at Sam walking around in a towel, but now
No,
I
not
just
the clock.
really want this to be over, alright? You had enough? Okay, if you were
Oops.
trying to freak me out, guess what? You succeeded.
This is another one of those framing shots where you just know they're going to give you that creepy somebody steps into view. It's obvious, but it's still effective. Super towel time. So if you throw the vase at him, it raises her brave.
Oh, I'm
And these posters are kind of implied to all the movies that Josh's father made. Bitter Harvest, or Bitter Feast rather, and
I don't think
The
you'll have
Innkeepers.
much luck by looking, Samantha. You're only going to see what I want you to see. And I have quite a lot to show you.
Stakeland.
Open your eyes.
I want a movie theater like this.
She's quite beautiful, isn't she? A beautiful bathing bird. Do you think she has any idea what lies ahead? Do you think these were the last happy moments of this creature's life?
8 minutes.
Why are you watching?
The House of the Dead.
Josh!
Couldn't quite quit
How
the
does it make you feel?
poster.
God, what did you do?
I'm going to give you 10 seconds. 9.
He doesn't give her 10 seconds either. He gives her 3.
7.
Please,
Sam.
Shit.
It's way harder if you hide under the bed. You gotta succeed at it like a half dozen QTEs to get away from him. Essentially, the formula is run until you get to the underground hotel, and then hide. A lot of people really, once they have the bat, they really want to hide because they know the bat's there. And so they think of it as the right choice. But really, it's a resource to avoid it being the wrong choice. Just like the machete and the wolf are resources for Mike to...
Kidding me? No
with the
handle?
Wendigo. Either one of these choices gets the door open. Now, you can actually go left in this room, and if you go left, he'll be right there and he'll catch you. So you gotta pretty much go straight. And I'm not sure, there might even be a timer, but I never test it. Because I have no interest in getting Sam getting caught. Because there's lots of clues that I can ignore. So that fall that she had right there, that's when it would have cut open the animal attack from the beginning, and this is the blood trail he would have followed. All from killing a squirrel.
Here, little kitty. Here, pussy.
So he gets upset, which is the reason why Dr. Hill talks to him about
Well, that certainly didn't go according
not going
to
according to plan, because he wasn't able to catch Sam.
Such careful, brilliant plotting, and yet in a crucial moment you are foiled by your own inadequacies. I told you, everything you do has consequences. Do you think this mistake won't have repercussions? What you do and what you say causes things to change.
So I'm going to finish this Dr. Hill scene, say a couple of things, and then
And you've just gone and used it for
be finishing the stream up soon. 4 minutes.
overwhelming fear.
And if you're new here, I'll be finishing this game, this attempt, next Wednesday at the same time, from 10 p.m. Eastern Time to 1 a.m. Eastern Time. Dr. Hill says hello. Okay, well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. We haven't gotten to a lot of the summary scenes, but you did get to see Chris and Ashley struggle with trying to figure out what's going on. Chris was ill-prepared. He only had that one mandatory clue and something Sam, that you infer Sam told him. It gets really funny when Chris and Ashley are looking for Sam, because there are 2 or 3 conversations where they're trying to put it together. And then finally where everybody's back together after the stranger comes and dies, and Mike tries to explain the asylum to them, the sanatorium to them. That part is really amusing because he has no clues to talk about anything other than the creepy atmosphere of the location. So, all right. I hope everyone enjoyed that. And like I said, this will be back in on... I'll be running the next stream and completing this time next week. Same day, same time period. And have a few ideas for things in the future as well. So, everyone, have a good night. And I will talk to you later.